Let me ask you something that could change your life. What if I told you that you were already rich the moment you took your first breath? Not because of what's in your bank account, not because of where you live or what job you have, but because of the power that lies dormant within you, the power to create, to grow, to attract, and to become anything you truly desire. You see, the greatest tragedy is not that people aim too high and miss. It's that they aim too low and hit. And most people don't even aim at all. Why? Because they've been programmed to believe they're poor, that they're stuck, that wealth is reserved for a few. But I'm here to remind you, you were born rich. From the moment you entered this world, you were gifted with a mind so powerful, so creative, that it could reshape reality. You weren't given this gift to just survive. You were given it to thrive. But over time, you were taught to shrink. You were told to play it safe. You were warned not to dream too big. And those warnings became your beliefs. Those beliefs became your habits. And those habits became your results. But none of it was the truth. The truth is, you are more than enough. You have everything you need already inside you. It's not a matter of getting rich. It's a matter of waking up to who you truly are. The problem is never the lack of money. It's the lack of awareness. People go through life chasing things, hoping something outside of them will make them feel secure, confident, or worthy. But everything you seek is already within you. You have the ability to think, consciously, deliberately, and powerfully. That alone makes you rich. Every invention, every skyscraper, every fortune ever made began in someone's mind. And your mind works exactly the same way. The question is, are you using it or letting it use you? You've got to understand how your mind works. You have a conscious mind, which is where your thoughts originate, and a subconscious mind, which controls your behavior and results. The conscious mind can accept or reject ideas. The subconscious can only accept what it's repeatedly given. That means whatever ideas you consistently dwell on, whether positive or negative, will eventually seep into your subconscious and become your reality. If you've been feeding your mind with thoughts of lack, limitation, or fear, then that's what you've been living. But the moment you begin feeding it with abundance, confidence, and faith, your entire life begins to transform. You were not born to live paycheck to paycheck. You were not born to struggle or to constantly worry about how to make ends meet. That is not your natural state. That's a conditioned mindset, and what has been conditioned can be reconditioned. You must rewire your thinking if you want to rewire your life. Begin by affirming the truth. I was born rich. I am rich in ideas, rich in potential, rich in purpose, rich in spirit. Say it until your subconscious believes it. Because once it believes it, it will begin to act on it. And once it acts on it, you will begin to attract results that align with that belief. You don't get wealthy by doing. You get wealthy by being. Being someone who thinks abundantly, speaks confidently, acts boldly. That inner state of being is what triggers the outer flow of results. You cannot expect prosperity to knock on your door while you're sitting in fear and self-doubt. You've got to meet wealth with the energy of certainty. You've got to walk into every room, every conversation, every opportunity with the knowing that you bring value, that you are a channel for abundance, that you are here not to compete, but to create. The universe responds to the frequency you emit, and that frequency is determined by how you feel. If you feel broke, defeated, or inferior, you are vibrating at a level that repels opportunities. But when you begin to feel empowered, excited, and expectant, you raise your vibration, and wealth begins to flow toward you. This is not just philosophy, it's physics. Everything is energy, including money. And energy is always moving toward order. If you think like a wealthy person, speak like one, and act like one, you become a magnet to the ideas and people that move you forward. You don't need to know the how. All you need is to know the what and the why. What do you truly desire? Why do you want it? Write it down. Read it every day. Feel it as if it's already yours. Because the mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. When you feel something deeply enough, the universe responds. Doors open. Ideas come. People show up. Coincidences begin to line up like a divine orchestra. That's not luck. That's alignment. And alignment starts with knowing you were born rich. Wealth is not just about money. It's about freedom. To do what you love, serve who you want, and live how you choose. Money simply gives you more options. It's a tool, a resource, a multiplier. And you have the power to create it in any amount you choose. But it begins with a shift in identity. Stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as a creator of them. You're not waiting for a breakthrough, you are the breakthrough. The moment you choose to believe in your own power is the moment life begins to mirror that belief back to you that you've got to let go of the old stories. The ones that say you're not smart enough, not connected enough, not talented enough. Those stories are lies. They were never yours to begin with. They were passed down, absorbed, and repeated until you thought they were truth. But you can rewrite them. Right now, you can begin telling a new story, one where you are bold, abundant, unstoppable, one where you wake up each day knowing that life is working for you, not against you, one where you expect miracles, not just wish for them. Everything changes the moment you realize that nothing outside of you has power over you. Your results are not determined by your job, your boss, or the government. They are determined by your vibration, and your vibration is determined by your thoughts. And your thoughts you can change. Right here, right now, this is the shift. This is the moment you stop hoping for a better future and start creating one. You were born rich, not to live in fear, but to walk in faith. Not to settle for crumbs, but to feast at the table of abundance. Not to survive, but to shine. You were born rich, not in terms of dollars and cents, but in potential, in spirit, in possibility. That richness was planted deep within you, like a divine inheritance waiting to be claimed. But here's the truth. Most people never claim it. They walk through life like beggars, not because they lack resources, but because they lack awareness. Awareness of who they are. Awareness of what they can do. Awareness of what's truly possible. And that's why this message is so urgent, because once you become aware, you'll never settle again. Wealth begins in the mind. Before the first dollar is earned, before the first investment pays off, before the first business grows, there is a mindset. That mindset is rooted in abundance, not scarcity. In faith, not fear. In belief, not doubt. Your results will never exceed your self-image. If you see yourself as average, your income will match. If you see yourself as abundant, your results will rise. You cannot outperform the story you tell yourself about who you are. So, what's the story you've been telling? And more importantly, what story are you ready to rewrite? The wealthy think differently. They don't ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "How can I afford this?" That one word, how, activates the creative faculty of the mind. It moves you into solution mode. It opens doors. The average mind stops at obstacles. The wealthy mind looks beyond them, and it's not about being smarter, it's about being more aware. They've trained their minds to think of possibilities, and you can do the same. You can reprogram your thinking to match the vibration of abundance. Every one of us was gifted with 6 higher mental faculties: imagination, intuition, will, memory, perception, and reason. These are not just tools, they are treasures. They are the bridges between the invisible and the visible, between the dream and the result. Use your imagination to visualize the life you want. Use your will to focus on it with unwavering attention. Use your perception to see challenges as stepping stones. Use your intuition to guide you through decisions. Use your reason to create a strategy. Use your memory to anchor yourself in past victories. You are not powerless. You are packed with potential that you've been told to work hard. And yes, effort matters. But wealth is not a result of hustle alone. It's a result of alignment. You can work 16 hours a day and still be broke if your mindset is misaligned. But when your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are in harmony with wealth, doors begin to open without force. Resources come. Ideas flow. People show up. This is not magic. It's alignment with universal law. The law of vibration and the law of attraction respond to who you are, not who you pretend to be. You were born with greatness, and greatness demands expression. The pain of feeling stuck, the frustration of financial struggle, it's your inner spirit crying out for expansion. Because the real you wasn't made to play small. You were made to lead, to influence, to build, to bless others through your gifts. And you can't do that when you're drowning in self-doubt or fear. You must rise above the old limitations. You must say, no more. I am stepping into who I really am. I was born rich, and now I choose to live that way. Let's talk about money. Money is not evil. Money is energy. It amplifies who you are. If you're generous, money will make you more generous. If you're driven by purpose, money will help you amplify that purpose. If you're creative, money will give you tools to bring your vision to life. The problem isn't money. It's how people think about money. If you see money as hard to get, it will run from you. If you see it as abundant, you will start to attract it. Your relationship with money mirrors your relationship with yourself. Do you feel worthy of abundance? Or do you constantly push it away with thoughts of not enough? Start changing the way you speak. Language is creative. Every word is a seed. When you say things like, I can't afford that, or money doesn't grow on trees, you're not just stating facts, you're reinforcing beliefs. Beliefs that become your reality. Instead, speak from the place of power. Say, I'm creating the resources, I'm open to new income streams. Wealth is flowing to me now. It may feel strange at first, but over time, those words reshape your identity. And once your identity shifts, your results will too. You don't need permission to be wealthy. You don't need approval from your family, your friends, or society. You were born with permission already stamped on your soul. The moment you decide to accept your divine inheritance is the moment everything starts changing. Wealth is not for a chosen few. It's for those who choose to believe, those who choose to take the limits off, those who choose to stop living by circumstance and start living by design. Design your life with intention. Don't leave your destiny up to chance. Don't let the news, the economy, or your past dictate your future. You are the architect. You are the builder. And your mind is the blueprint. The clearer the picture, the faster it becomes reality. Don't worry about the how. Focus on the what and the why. What do you want? Why do you want it? Feel it. See it, become it, and the how will begin to unfold. You don't need to wait for things to get better before you feel better. You don't need to wait for the money to show up before you start walking like a wealthy person. You don't need the title before you act like a leader. You must be it now. Because life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. You were born rich, not to wish, but to manifest. Not to hope, but to create. Not to doubt, but to know. The moment you know it in your soul, everything begins to align. The richest people are not those who have the most. They're those who feel the most. Feel gratitude. Feel joy. Feel abundance before it arrives. That emotion is the key that unlocks the vault. Don't wait for the evidence. Be the evidence. Become the proof that someone can come from nothing and still rise. Become the proof that faith is stronger than fear. That belief is stronger than history. That purpose is stronger than circumstance. You were born rich. Rich in creativity, rich in energy, rich in power, rich in potential. But unless you recognize that wealth and begin to act on it, it remains dormant. Like gold buried deep in the earth, your abundance waits for you to mine it with faith, with vision, and with relentless decision. No one can activate it for you. You must make the choice to rise. You must say, enough is enough. I will no longer live beneath my privilege. I was made for more, and now I choose to live like it. Look around. Everything you see, every invention, every building, every innovation began as a thought. The difference between those who live in abundance and those who don't isn't genetics, location, or luck. It's thinking. Riches are the result of thinking in harmony with the laws of abundance. Poverty is the result of thinking in harmony with the illusion of limitation. If you want to shift your life, you must shift your thinking. Because your thoughts set your vibration, and your vibration sets your results. That you've been gifted with the ability to choose your thoughts. That is your power. That is your freedom. You don't have to think what everyone else is thinking. You don't have to follow the patterns you were raised with. You can interrupt them. You can break them. You can replace them. The moment you choose a new thought and hold it long enough, strong enough, consistently enough, you create a new paradigm. And that new paradigm becomes your new financial reality. Stop waiting for outside approval. You don't need anyone to agree with your dream. You don't need validation to pursue a better life. The dream wasn't given to them. It was given to you. And if it was placed inside of you, then the power to fulfill it was placed there too. You don't have to know all the steps. You just have to take the first one with faith. Because faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. And the moment you walk in faith, you begin to walk in wealth. Start to act as if your success is already done. Feel it. Speak it. Move like it's real. Because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you act like you're already wealthy, confident, generous, purposeful, you activate the vibration that attracts wealth. This is not fantasy. It's focus. It's alignment. And what you align with, you draw in. You must become emotionally involved with your vision. Don't just write it on paper. Write it on your heart. Let it consume your thoughts. Let it guide your actions. Let it pull you out of bed with excitement. The more emotion you pour into it, the more energy you send into the universe. And energy, when focused, becomes form. Emotion is energy in motion. If you want bigger results, feel bigger feelings. Don't fear failure. Fear regret. Fear waking up 5 years from now still stuck in the same place. Fear playing it safe while your dreams gather dust. That's not living. That's existing. Decide today that you will no longer settle. You will no longer tolerate lack. You will no longer accept excuses. Because you were born rich, and it's time you start living like it. That means taking responsibility. No more blaming the economy, your background, your mistakes. You're not a victim, you're a creator. And when you accept full responsibility, you take back your power. You can't control everything, but you can control your thinking. And when you control your thinking, you shape your destiny. Let go of your attachment to how things used to be. Just because you've struggled doesn't mean you're meant to stay in struggle. Just because you've failed doesn't mean you're a failure. Every challenge you've faced was preparing you for this moment. Every setback was a setup for your comeback. Every delay was developing your strength. Now, it's time to shift from survival to strategy, from reaction to creation, from hoping to knowing. Surround yourself with voices that lift you, environments that inspire you, people who remind you of your greatness. Cut out the noise. Limit the opinions. Protect your energy. Your dream is sacred, and not everyone will understand it. That's okay. You're not here to be understood. You're here to create, to lead, to manifest. You don't owe the world an explanation. You owe yourself a commitment. Start living like money is your servant, not your master. You tell it where to go. You use it to build, to bless, to expand your impact. You're not chasing it, you're attracting it. Because you've done the inner work. You've reprogrammed your beliefs. You've aligned with abundance. And now, the universe is responding. Everything you need is already in motion, waiting for your decision, your belief, your readiness. So step into it. Boldly declare, I was born rich. I am rich in every way. I live in abundance. I attract opportunities. I create wealth with ease. I am worthy. I am ready. Say it until your voice shakes. Say it until your doubts fade. Say it until your actions match your words, and your world transforms. You are not here to merely exist. You are here to express, to expand, to evolve. You are here to live a life of purpose, joy, and prosperity. And it all starts within. The real riches are not out there. They're inside you, waiting to be claimed, cultivated, and released. You were born rich. Now it's time to live rich. Think rich. Speak rich. Give richly. Love richly. And most of all, believe richly. Because once you believe, nothing can stop you. This is your moment. Step into your power. You were born rich. And now, you rise.